What's up, everyone? This right here is my review of Luca Guadagnino's new movie, Challengers. Stars Zendaya, Mike Faist, and Josh O'Connor as three young and hugely promising tennis players who strike up a powerful and a mighty complex relationship in their youth. The movie jumps back and forth between the present day and meaningful moments from their past, showing how their tennis careers and connections to one another evolved along the way. Every single second of Challengers is just buzzing with energy. With each of the three main characters, the movie very quickly establishes their deep passion for and relentless drive to get what they want, both on and off the court. Really is a very well structured script from Justin Kuritzkis. I was especially impressed by how seamless all the time jumping felt, and how clear it was that every single time it was happening with great purpose. That being said, though, I must emphasize that I don't think Challengers could have soared as high as it does without talent like Zendaya, O'Connor, and Faist in those lead roles. All three of them have this wildly impressive ability to make the external so intoxicating. You really cannot take your eyes off of them this entire movie. But then on top of that, simultaneously, they make their inner worlds so clear and captivating. Feist's heart and sensitivity as art immediately draws you in, and then watching him figure out where to draw the line throughout the movie heavily contributes to keeping you on your toes throughout. And then O'Connor's character, Patrick, he's more of the loose cannon of the two, and he's just vibrating the entire movie. It's like the character is literally bursting at the seams with desire and intensity for whatever he's pursuing, whether it's quick cash at a tennis tournament or Zendaya's character's affection. And not that this is anything new or surprising, but she's incredible in this film. I was totally taken by her work as Tashi and just wildly fascinated by how that character carries herself and operates. I do think this is true of all three characters, but with Tashi, I found it to be especially fierce. The wheels in her head are always turning, and Zendaya is just so damn good at giving the viewer access to her internal world without relying on heavy dialogue to explain everything away. Really adds so much weight to Tashi's past, how she's processing the present, and what she wants for herself in the future. This really does feel like some next level work from Zendaya, but again, all three of them are phenomenal together. The tennis romance metaphor is fully on display in this film, and I did find it to be extremely well executed. But I'll also say that Challengers kind of functions as the tensest three-player chess match ever. Watching all three of them formulate their strategy, act on their plan, and then figure out when and how to readjust along the way. It's just so incredibly captivating. Before I move on from cast, I gotta give one other person a shout out here. It's Darnell Appling, who's actually also Zendaya's assistant. He plays the umpire in the present day tennis match that the movie is heavily focused on, and clearly I think the world of Zendaya, Faist, and O'Connor in this movie. They are absolute powerhouses. So the fact that Appling is able to have so much screen presence opposite them just really impressed me. Moving on to the score now. After Bones and All, Guadagnino reunites with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and again, the collaboration produces A+ results. The score is an especially invigorating aspect of this production, and heavily contributes to the film's intensity and its style. I also absolutely adored the cinematography across the board, especially during the tennis matches. There has been a lot of talk about how sexy Challengers is, and yes, it is very sexy, but it is a sexy movie without any graphic sex scenes, which I'm just utterly fascinated by. Of course, that quality does come from the fact that the leads have undeniable chemistry, but I also think the photography here heavily contributes to that, especially during the tennis scenes. The movie leans into the idea that an off-court romance can mirror the relationship between players during a match on the court, and The cinematography from Sayumbu Mukdeepram just goes above and beyond with emphasizing that so strongly. I also really appreciated how dynamic and character forward the tennis match visuals are. I feel like more often than not in sports movies, the actual sporting event is captured a particular way. They formulate a style and then they stick to it throughout the film. That's not quite the case here. I found that it was well adjusted to each player's style and mentality in a way that wound up enhancing character through visuals. Also, the sound design in this movie is utterly electric. Might sound strange, but in general, when I watch tennis, I tend to get hyper-focused on how different the ball can sound when different players strike it. I have the same thing with golf as well. That is something that I kept latching onto here, and yet another thing where a behind-the-scenes element of the movie was bolstering performance. And what more could you want from a film than all aspects of a production coming together so well? I'm going to go ahead and give Challengers 4.5 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Test movie scale. I am feeling real spoiled by 2024 films right now. This is yet another one that I can't wait to watch over and over again. If you're like me and you really enjoy a cinematic experience where you have to track characters and pick up on performance subtleties, I have a very good feeling that Challengers is going to be a goldmine for you too. And this last point is a little bit of a personal thing, but I do tend to really fall hard for movies about people who are pursuing their deepest passions with maximum intensity. A passion that has come to heavily define who they are. You can probably tell, but I have a touch of that myself. So it was an especially big thrill for me in Challengers to follow and get enveloped in their wants and dreams, to watch them fight for it and feel the fervor in that fight. Clearly, I love Challengers. When you see the movie, I want to know what you think as well. Hit that comment section below and share your thoughts.